Ba-dum-bum.
You my new best friend that I don't know. Wherever you go, my
Ba-dum-bum.
you my new best friend that I don't know. Wherever you go, my follow. I don't get stopped by the cops, so green in the pockets, it's not new. Follow.
Good morning, Vietnam! Today's date is Wednesday, May 8th, and it is an A-Day. The quote of the day today is from Oprah Winfrey. And the quote is, "Failure is a great teacher, and if you're open to it, every mistake has a lesson to offer." Let's go right into the announcements. There is a mandatory wrestling meeting at lunch in D4. If you're interested in wrestling, this would be a good time to introduce yourself and see what's going on with our 3-time defending league champions. Meanwhile, if you missed the football meeting last Friday, you need to go see Coach Chris and Coach Emmanuel in their office as soon as possible, so you can get the information for spring practice and summer workouts. There's also a mandatory parent and player meeting tomorrow night at 7 in the gym. So spring practice starts this Monday, and there's very important things to do, so you got to be prepared for this upcoming season. And now, let's head to sports with Peter. Peter! Touchdown, Trojan! Unbelievable!
Trojans. Yesterday, the baseball team fell the cost of 5-2 on the east side to lose the season series to the Gauchos. The Trojans could not hit Costa's pitcher Mario Tamaria, again who no-hit Petaluma last month, as yesterday the Trojans mustered just 4 hits. A big 5-run second inning was enough for a Costa victory that puts Petaluma League pennant hopes on life support. The Trojans must defeat Vintage today and have first place Sonoma Valley lose to Justin Siena to become co-champs. Pennant or not, the Trojans hope to get revenge on the Crushers for an earlier season loss in their final league game at Napa in 4. Speaking of Vintage, for the second time this year, Trojans softball stunned the Crushers, this time in Napa, to spoil a league title for Vintage. Trojan pitching courtesy of Mandy O'Keefe was dominant again as Petaluma squeaked out a thrilling 3-2 victory to erase the memory of Monday's heartbreaking loss. India Smith led Trojan bats with 2 hits and 2 RBIs. The Trojans finished in a 3-way tie for second in the elite VVAL and will now look towards the NCS playoffs next week. Meanwhile, to the courts and boys tennis, where we talked to the top Trojan player Connor Gores after a breakout performance that finished his career on an apex.
Connor, you had a thrilling quarterfinal victory. How were you able to pull that out over a player you'd lost to twice earlier in the season?
I just kept my intensity up and stayed consistent and hit my marks, and then he was hitting it out, so I ended up with victory.
How have you kept on working throughout the season and worked to improve?
Yeah, it was tough. Not a lot of competition on the team, but I worked off court with a bunch of people and just working on my strokes and believing in myself, and I was able to do it.
How important was it to make a run today and especially get that victory over the Justin Siena player as a senior nearing the end of your high school career?
It was super important because I had lost to him 6-4, 6-0, 6-4, 6-0 both times we played, so I was really looking to get a victory and get that edge over him.
What are you going to remember playing with this team this year? It was a lot of transition, but what are you going to remember overall?
Mostly the friendship. There's a lot of cool guys on the team that I can hang out with every day, and they made it a lot of fun.
Gores will continue his tennis career at Hope University next year. And the season came to a close yesterday for the boys lacrosse team. The 11-seeded Trojans fell to the 6-seeded Cougars 11-5 in the first round of the NCS playoffs in Moraga. The young Trojans battled hard but could not keep up with the talented Cougars. That summarized the season for Petaluma lacrosse as well. After a historic season last year, Petaluma was too young to compete with the best of the North Bay and beyond in lacrosse. Nonetheless, Petaluma fought hard and finished the year with a winning record, establishing a strong foundation for the year to come. That's all for sports, and let's head back to the anchor desk.
Your yearbook online is coming up fast. Yearbooks are great keepsakes to look back on later in life. Make sure you order those books quick because we are selling out, and the deadline to order them online is Tuesday, May 14th, which, hey, is my birthday. So get them before they're gone. And prom paperwork is due this Friday. Make sure to get all of the signatures needed to attend this fabulous event. Due to AP testing, the library will be closed, But the librarians will be outside the F-Wing side doors to sign paperwork at break and lunch. And Circle of Friends will be meeting for the last time this year tomorrow. We will be doing a Mother's Day activity and selecting new officers for next year. They hope to see you there to close out a great year of friends. Last Thursday, most students were enjoying the salsa and guacamole contest here on campus. However, elsewhere, an emergency animal rescue was taking place. Trojan Live has a story. Here's the story. Duck video.
Trapped ducks? The mama duck of Petaluma's pond gave birth to 7 ducklings last Thursday. However, the ducklings were stuck in a fence far away from home. Students worked to escort them back to the pond, but it was a long process as the ducklings tried to follow their mother. Students created a line in the hallway to protect the ducks, and the mama duck quacked at her ducks as the ducklings followed her all the way back home to the pond. The ducks returned safely to the pond. All is well as the ducklings are back on the pond. In Petaluma, Griffin Epstein.
Ducks. And those of you who have ordered your cap and gown for graduation can pick them up on May 15th in the quad. The Jostens tent will be here to hand those out, and if you haven't bought one yet, it's no worries, because caps and gowns can be on sale for $50 cash at the iconic Jostens tent. We will see you there. And that is our show today. Thank you so much for tuning in and sticking with us. We really do appreciate it. And make it a great game.
Is that what you're going to tell Knox?
Yes.
If I gave